falling, but not this white stuff. But let me start off by bringing greetings on behalf of my good friend Charles Sliver, the National Secretary for CUPE National, as well as the National Executive, but most importantly, the 640,000 members that we represent across this great country. I want to start off by thanking my good friend Michael Hurley and OCHU for the work that they're doing across this province defending healthcare. I also want to thank Brother Mike Rodriguez and Sister Tammy Bentley for the leadership that was shown in Local 1974 in standing up for the closures of the hospitals and cutting through the healthcare across this province. My hands are shaking, it's hard to hold this paper because it's so cold. Not as cold as it was in North Bay last November, but pretty damn cold. You know, the work that you do, that your local does.
Yeah, let's do it.
Woo! I'm worried, really I am. But the work that your local does doesn't just advocate for our members. We're speaking up for patients across this province. We're fighting the good fight. And it's a sad situation here in the province of Ontario, I gotta tell you. You know, 8 years of funding comes to real dollars across this province. Shame to the dreams of this country. $billion with a B in cuts to hospitals over the last number of years. You know what that leads to better than I do? It leads to increased readmission rates, too many bed shortages, and 6 hours less care from nurses per patient in this province, and that is unacceptable, my friends. Across Ontario, we are seeing the cutting of beds, cutting of services, and the cutting of staff. Ontario now has the fewest beds per population of any province in this country. And folks, it's not great across the rest of the country. You know, we're suffering. But you know what happened a year ago? We threw Stephen Harper out of office as Prime Minister. And we elected Justin Trudeau. I didn't elect him personally, but I didn't vote for him. But Canadians voted for Justin Trudeau for a number of reasons. Not far off. He made promises, a lot of promises. He and his Liberal colleagues made a lot of promises across this country. One of them was about renewing the Canada Health Accord with the provinces and territories and to recontinue the funding. Where the hell is that promise, Justin? Just 2 weeks ago, his Minister of Health announced that the funding would be on the par with the Harper government. That's not acceptable. I don't know if folks saw earlier this week, Justin Trudeau actually went to a young workers CLC conference that was being held. I didn't invite him, but he went there, and our young members, many of our young members, were heckling him. They were asking extremely hard questions, and a number of them turned their backs on him. And Justin was offended. Well, I tell you what, Justin, I'm offended by where we're going in this country. You know, it's great. The world has changed in Canada since he was elected. There's been a lot more dialogues, there's been a lot more meetings, a lot more conversations. We're getting to meet with cabinet ministers. But you know what? Talk is cheap, my friends. It's time for Ottawa, it's time for Queen's Park to step up to the plate and fund healthcare where it needs to be. Solidarity, sisters and brothers.